have every 2025 college football playoff team on this wheel, and today it's going to decide my team for one game. All right, here we go. Wheel number one. What's the first college we're getting? It's going to be Indiana. And listen, Indiana might not have been a great team to make the playoffs, especially given their first round exit, but they do have a 92 overall Rivals card, Drew Evans, who will definitely help out our line. And luckily for us, the Rivals market crashed, so he's only going to cost us 30,450 coins. And that definitely helps with this challenge because as you guys can see, we only have 1,000,000 coins to work with. Now, spinning this team one more time, we obviously want to look for a school like Oregon, but it looks like we're getting Penn State. And Penn State is another one of those teams that I don't really expect to have too many great cards in Ultimate Team, but surprisingly, it looks like they have a 94 overall Legends card, Deshaun Hamilton. And it looks like we do actually get an opportunity to get a snipe off of him, and it looks like we did officially get him for 89,000 coins. That will definitely help save up those coins to hopefully get some big players. I know that Oregon's got a really expensive halfback that I'm going to want to use, but let's go ahead and add him to our team. So for the time being, Hamilton is going to be our wide receiver one, but hopefully we can get a few higher overalls because at the end of the day, our team has to be over a 92 overall or else we're going to have to start our game at the end of the video down a touchdown. But let's go ahead and spin this wheel for our third player on this team, and it looks like we're landing on Texas. This means that we could get Quinn Ewers, Isaiah Bond, or even Contravion Weiser, but EA just dropped this brand new Legends Xavier Worthy card, and I feel like we got to get at least one expensive card for this video. So for 408,000 coins, Xavier Worthy, get into my team. I really hope that that big purchase does not come to bite us in the butt later down the line, but that's just too good of a card to pass up on. So we now have a brand new wide receiver one in our lineup, and it looks like Deshaun Hamilton's moving to wide receiver two. And luckily with that addition of Worthy, our overall sitting at a 94. So hopefully that doesn't drop as we spin more and more teams, because if we do, you have to remember we're starting down a touchdown at the end of the video. All right, but let's go ahead and spin for our next playoff team, and it looks like we're gonna get SMU, another one of those teams that had no reason being in the playoffs. I was honestly really upset when SMU made the playoffs because there's no reason the ACC deserves two schools. I get that Clemson needed to be in, but Clemson had a better reason to be there than SMU. The committee should have known that SMU wasn't going to be able to match up against those big teams, and I'd rather see South Carolina and even Ole Miss in the running. But we still do have to listen to the school and go ahead and add an SMU player onto our team, and I just hope they have some good Ultimate Team cards. It looks like they actually do have a very decent Nightmares card, but I think it's just going to be too expensive, and I'm seeing a 92 right guard who we're going to be able to get for like 34,000 coins. So for 30,450 coins, Logan Parr, go ahead and get into our team. So even though that does balance out our line, that also drops our overall by one, and we are getting really close to dropping underneath our goal and starting down a touchdown. And I really wish that once we spun a school, we'd be able to remove him from the wheel, but that's not how this video is working, and our next school is once again going to be SMU. Are you kidding me? Oh, I don't even know what we're going to do on the team now because I don't have enough coins for the halfback, and I honestly shouldn't have said that I wish we could have removed him. This is really going to hurt our overall, but it looks like we have to put in 85 right tackle Justin Osborne onto our team. On the bright side, I guess we can get him for 2,000 coins so we can spend more on future players, but this is definitely going to tank our overall a decent bit. So with that purchase, we are officially left with 495,000 coins to build the rest of our team, and I am really starting to worry that we are not going to be able to hit our goal. We're going to have to go crazy on our quarterbacks, our halfbacks, and our wide receivers, and all I'm hoping is that the wheel does not give me SMU again. I need teams that deserve to be in the playoffs. But with our fifth spin, I think it is now, we are finally getting Notre Dame, and I did have a 92 overall left guard in my team, but I don't know what his overall would be if we played him out of position. I'm still going to try it though, because I feel like we can put him at left tackle and still be perfectly fine. He's going to drop to an 89 overall, so we got to keep that into consideration, and let's go check out the marketplace to see if there's a better option. So taking a look at the auction house, it looks like Ronnie Stanley just got a brand new 94 overall right tackle card, but of course we just filled that up with an SMU player, so we can't use that card. And taking a look, it looks like Quentin Nelson is the next highest, and we already have that card, and it is followed by Jaden Greathouse, but I want to save our wide receiver 3 slot for some of our future spins just in case we need to rely on it. So I guess we got to resort to Quentin Nelson becoming our left tackle. And with that, it officially drops our overall to a 91, but we still have 6 positions to fill, so I'm really hoping we can bring that overall up a bit. It's time to spin for our next team, and I'm just hoping for a powerhouse. And we were so close to getting Cam Scatabo on Arizona State, but it looks like we got to add another Texas player. And because we need to go ahead and get 6 more players, I don't think that we have quite enough coins to afford Quinn Ewers, so we're going to have to go with Isaiah Bond as our wide receiver 3. And with the addition of Isaiah Bond, this is what our team is now looking like, but now it's time to spin for our next player. As long as this wheel stays away from those undeserving playoff teams, I'm gonna be pretty happy, and we got Tennessee up next. I don't even know what to expect from them. All right, please have some good overall players, and we actually do have Alvin Kamara. I completely forgot about that. That might be a very good card, but taking a look at it, I'm pretty sure he's way out of our budget. Yeah, he definitely is. And this is where I really start to contemplate filling up the third wide receiver position, because it looks like we have to go with 84 overall center, Cooper Mays. That is going to tank our overall so much, but I don't think we have any other options. We could have had right tackle John Campbell Jr., but once again, SMU taking a spot they don't deserve. At this point, the only good thing to come from that is that we now have 393,000 coins to work on, since that was only 4,000 coins, but there is no way we're hitting 92 overall now. So Wheel, maybe if we can not land on Tennessee again, that would probably be great. I should have said anything. Every single time I ask it not to. We're done on this challenge. No shot we complete it now. I don't even know who we can add into the team now. We need a halfback, we need a tight end, we need a quarterback, and then we also need a fullback. I don't really know what to do, and we are just going down in overalls like crazy. It looks like our next highest overall is going to be Holden Stays at tight end. I think we're done with our 92 overall goal, but Holden Stays, go ahead and get into my team. I think at this point, we're definitely going to need to rely on my ability to play the game, which, by the way, I haven't played the game in like months, so that's not going to work, but let's go ahead and see what our next team's gonna be. We still have to get a quarterback, halfback, and fullback, so we need something good, and we spin Georgia. So I don't really know what we're gonna do. I'm not taking Carson Beck, who doesn't even want to make it to the NFL draft, thinking he's gonna go transfer and people want him, but we'll see what position we can fill with them. Georgia, I know that you mainly rely on your defense, but I need y'all to have a good offensive weapon that I can actually use, or else I'm going with a fullback and just moving on to our next wheel spin. And looking at this, it just really makes me upset. I could have got an 87 overall Brock Bowers, who's about to be one of the best tight ends in the NFL. But it looks like we will have to go ahead and get Todd Gurley, who's a stud when he was back at Georgia. But 85 overall is all he deserves? I don't know, EA. I guess once again, on the bright side, we are getting him for 1,122 coins, so that should allow us to really splurge on our quarterback and then our halfback later down the line. So now more than ever, I really wish that we splurged on Alvin Kamara when we could, because we're left with 391,000 coins to try to fill our last two remaining positions. But after purchasing Todd Gurley, I realized that instead of plugging him at fullback, we could plug in Brock Bowers, who is an 81 overall fullback when he's a tight end. So I'm going to go with him instead. And since he is a Georgia player still, it doesn't matter. And we have two positions to fill, quarterback and halfback. Wheel spin, you haven't been that nice to me recently. Please let me splurge. These last two wheel spins are probably the most important, and we're gonna get Ohio State, which is huge. At the time of recording this, Ohio State does officially play Texas tonight, so I'm pretty sure they will end up beating them, but I know that they have good halfback cards in Ultimate Team. Yeah, they officially have an Ezekiel Elliott card, which the cheapest one on the market is 1,000,000 coins, so we can't go with that one. We can't go with this halfback card either, so the next highest card is probably going to be Troy Smith at quarterback. That's going to cost us 243,000 coins, so it looks like we'll have 150,000 coins remaining to go and get a solid halfback. Wheel, now more than ever, I need a good rushing school, and Texas honestly might not be worst case scenario. And of course, the market doesn't have a ton of Quintravian Wisners on the market, and he's gonna cost around 200,000 coins, so we don't have enough for him. So we're gonna have to result for 90 overall Jarrett Gibson. I guess it could have been worse, and this does still give us a 90 overall halfback to work with our backfield, but now it's time to load into one game, and if we lose, we have to discard one random player that Siri's gonna pick. And jumping into the game, I quickly realized that I was still super rusty playing College Football 25. Let's go ahead and find Brock Bowers. Let's go ahead and throw a pick. That's exactly what I wanted from a 94 overall QB. We went down 3 touchdowns in the first quarter, and even EA recommended that we give up. Gotta play smart. At the end of the first quarter, we might be leaving. Really? Really? Do you wish to concede early? No, I'm not wishing to concede early. Even EA saying I'm not good at the game. But I couldn't do that solely because we were recording this video and we finally found life QB sneaking for a score with 30 seconds left in the half. But of course, I even managed to screw that one up because my opponent came right back out and scored in just one play, leaving us with a massive hole for the second half. You know what? I really thought that it couldn't get any worse. That made it worse. And that just ended up being too much of a lead with too little time left. So we can't get it done and we lose 38-22 at the end of the day. And it's clear to me that I gotta improve my skill before the next video. But all of my players are numbered 1 to 12 right now. Siri, choose a random number between 1 and 12. All right, so it is 4, and luckily, that's an SMU player. So we're saying goodbye to Logan Parr, and if you guys enjoyed this video, then you're gonna love this video right here.